Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Well, happy New Year's Eve, everybody, from everyone here at Primetime Local News. Of course, it's a big day today as we reached into 2019 tomorrow, but today we started off with minus 30 this morning, which was not fun.
Yeah, did your car start?
Yes, barely started. Anna barely started this morning.
Yeah, I forgot to plug my car in yesterday night, so it was a bit of a struggle, but it did start, and so it was okay.
Mine, I lost my plug to plug in my car, so. Yeah. That's not good.
Well, it's supposed to get warmer, so
yes, it'll get. Brett will have your weather details coming up later on. But right now, let's send it over to Brett Holden, who's down with the RCMP.
I'm joined by the RCMP today, where we're going to be talking a little bit about making sure that we are staying safe for the New Year's evening and making sure that we take the right precautions into making sure that we are still safe while we are partying tonight and making sure that we are having a good time but staying safe. We're going to be talking about also just a little bit about making sure that you are taking the right steps into heading if you are traveling, heading out, and it is a little cold out today, so making sure that you do stay safe. We'll have a little bit more coming up from here at with the RCMP, but let's head to Elise, who has a look at your local news.
Great, thank you, Brett. Well, trucks roared through the streets of the border city on Saturday. The convoy saw over 170 semi-trucks in protest of efforts made by the provincial and federal government on decisions made in the energy sector.
I think the turnout was really encouraging. I'm very pleased to everyone that joined in and took part of it. I want to thank them all.
Olet says he thinks their message has gotten across.
People are definitely very supportive of it, of the convoy and all that. It's time for us to stop being quiet and voice our frustration to the government.
Olet says that he is currently in the process of planning another convoy, and the date has not yet been confirmed. And now we're going to go to Brett Holden, who is with the RCMP.
Joined now by Sergeant Sarah Nelson, and Sergeant, it's the final day of 2018, and it's kind of a big day when it comes to parties as well. What are some things to be very wary of for today?
Yeah, tonight's New Year's Eve, so we're just warning the community and the public to be safe when they're driving, and we know a lot of people like to consume a few beverages this evening, so we ask that you do so in a safe manner, which means preparing for a designated driver if you're heading out of your house to any of the parties within the community. Taxis are available, but remember that sometimes they take a little while on New Year's Eve. They might be backed up, so book your taxi ahead of time. Maybe have a friend who's not drinking to be the designated driver, because we want to see everybody get to the party safely and return home safely at the end of the night.
And when it comes to, just as well, when it comes to the parties, making sure you're safe at parties as well, what are some things to be kind of careful of there as well?
We always tell people to know your limit of what kind of alcohol you're consuming if you are consuming, and keep your drink close to your person and just go out and have a lot of fun. We will have some members on the street tonight. There'll be check stops and people members will be stopping the public for impaired driving, so ensure you have that designated driver so that everybody can be safe and you have a great evening.
Perfect. We'll have a little bit more coming up from here with the RCMP, but let's head back into the studio where we have a look at your weather.
Minus 21 in the city right now. We were at minus 30 for the morning low this morning, and very slowly, eventually, we are going to see this temperature rise to minus 14 by the morning and hopefully making it up to 0 degrees by the afternoon tomorrow. Right now, we have winds out of the south 17 kilometers an hour. It still feels like minus 31, though, with the wind chill. And records are 6 degrees and minus 39 from 1997 and 1992. So current temperatures right now, minus 22 Maidstone, minus 24 St. Walburg, minus 21 Meadow Lake and Green Lake, minus 20 in Pierceland right now as well, minus 19 Provost, minus 20 Macklin, minus 18 Wainwright, minus 19 Vermilion, minus 18 St. Paul, minus 22 Marwin, and minus 21 in Bonnyville, minus 8 in Edmonton. It is very warm right now in through the foothills, Nordegg, Alberta. Right now they are near minus 5, so that warm air is eventually going to make its way in from the west. And sky conditions right now, so Clear and cold throughout the region. Eventually maybe some flurries by the morning, and overnight tonight, minus 26 in Paradise Hill, minus 19 in Murnum, minus 19 Provost, and minus 27 in Unity. So rising to minus 14 by morning and 0 degrees by the afternoon. That wind is going to gust 25 to 30 kilometers an hour, so still going to feel chilly out there, and 60% chance of flurries as the warm front moves across the region. Minus 4 for Wednesday morning and 2 degrees by the afternoon. Winds out of the west, 20 to 25 kilometers an hour. There is a 30% chance of freezing rain that day. That would likely be in the morning when the temperature is still below 0 degrees. Minus 3 on Thursday and 2 degrees by the afternoon. Winds out of the west, 15 to 20 kilometers an hour. We got a break from any flurry or freezing rain activity that day. And looking in the long-range forecast, I'll show you in the 7-day coming up later, we don't have any more minus 30 temperatures for a while, so this minus 30 morning low that we saw this morning will be the last one for a little bit as we start to get into some warmer air.
Now, it's the time of year for traveling, and I'm joined once again by Sergeant Sarah Knelson. Now, Sergeant, let's talk about for today. It's such an important day, a big day, and what's the main thing just to kind of remember if you are traveling for New Year's?
Well, because the Christmas season just ended and now we're into New Year's, if you're traveling away from Lloydminster or coming back home, it is cold outside today, so make sure you have your emergency pack ready. Have flares, a shovel, warm winter clothing, some gloves, just in case something does happen and you're stuck on the side of the road. If you are in a bind and you happen to be stuck on the side of the road, make sure you can give your local RCMP a call and or a tow truck to help you out. But in the meantime, have a pack, an emergency kit, just in case you have to sit there for a bit. We don't want to see anybody get injured in this time of year.
Now, as you mentioned, it is a very cold day today and heading into the next couple days as well. But how can the weather affect the roads?
Well, the weather it makes the roads icy. We just got a fresh load of snow yesterday, I believe. So the roads are packed down. We always tell people to take their time in road conditions such as this. So if you are heading out to party, make sure that you leave early. Take your time getting to where you're going and drive to the road conditions, and which are not that great out there today because they're icy and they are snow covered.
And we mentioned just a little bit before we came on just how warming up cars as well is something that we see a lot as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure your cars are warm, but don't leave them running, because if you leave them running with the keys in them, we do see a high percentage of stolen vehicles within our community when they're left like that.
Perfect. We'll have a little bit more coming up with here at the RCMP. We are going to be talking a little bit about staying safe for the holiday season and for the New Year's as well. Let's head back into the studio and have a look at your weather.
Well, minus 30 in the city this morning, and that's without the wind chill. We were minus 39 with the wind chill at the airport this morning. St. Paul was minus 34 this morning, and with the wind chill minus 40, Murnum at minus 37, as well as Meadow Lake minus 37, but it felt like minus 47 though with the wind chill, and Vermilion was minus 32 this morning, not really registering a wind chill over there. Now looking at some of the current temperatures, so it's a lot warmer in through the western areas of the province compared to the east and through Saskatchewan. So minus 9 in Jasper right now. Eventually all that warm air from the west is going to move in through Lloydminster. Minus 8 in Edmonton right now, minus 16 Red Deer, minus 12 in Edson, minus 24 Saskatoon, and still at minus 30 in Prince Albert right now. So we had the Arctic high move down through the region. That has cleared the sky and allowed that temperature to drop this morning to that minus 30. Very quickly, though, we are going to see the warm front move in from the west, so chance of flurries for tomorrow. The temperatures should rise throughout the overnight tonight, and hopefully making it up to 0 degrees for tomorrow. We will see a very strong westerly flow moving across the Rockies for tomorrow, and the satellite radar map just pretty much clear skies going on right now, and some flurries eventually moving in from the west along that warm front for tomorrow. And 2 degrees in Provost, tomorrow 0 in Macklin, minus 1 Maidstone, minus 2 St. Walburg and Meadow Lake, -3 in Green Lake, -1 Pierceland, 1 in Wainwright, 0 Vermilion, 1 in St. Paul, and 0 degrees in Bonnyville. So looking at North Battleford right now, -26, -27 overnight, and -2 degrees for the daytime high tomorrow. Chance of flurries through that region on Cold Lake right now, -21, -24 for the overnight, and up to 0 degrees for the daytime high tomorrow. And Lloydminster, right now we are at -21, -14 overnight. South winds eventually coming around out of the west, 25 to 30 kilometers an hour tomorrow, 60% chance of flurries. Now taking a look at the 7-day forecast, -4 Wednesday morning and 3 degrees by the afternoon. There is a 30% chance of freezing rain very early in the day when the temperature is still below 0 degrees. Still a westerly flow that day, and again on Thursday, morning lows -3, daytime highs 2 degrees on Thursday, -6 Friday morning, 0 degrees for the afternoon. We got a southwest wind that day and 30% chance of freezing rain. We are steady all day in temperatures on Saturday at -7, 30% chance of flurries, -3 on Sunday morning and -8 for the afternoon, 30% chance of flurries that day, and -14 Monday morning and -11 for the afternoon. We get a break from the flurry activity that day, and we start to see some winds come around out of the southeast. That has been a look at your 7-day forecast.
And now we're going to send it back to Brett Holden, who is with the RCMP.
Joined once again by Sergeant Sarah Nelson, and we spoke a little bit about keeping your car warmed up, but let's talk a little bit more and get a little more in depth into that.
Yeah, we do see a high number of theft of motor vehicles within our communities. So if you keep your vehicle running outside, ensure there are no keys in it and it's locked. This time of year, we do, as I said, we see an increase of that. If you run into the store to get any items, make sure your vehicle's turned off. We don't want to see you be a victim of a theft of vehicle. As well, make sure your vehicles are locked. Don't leave any valuables where you can see them, from a phone to an iPad to a computer. Just make sure you take your valuables out of your vehicle when you leave, because we don't want to see you become a victim of any type of property crime.
And let's head a little bit into just making sure that you are staying safe for the night as well.
Yeah, sure. Just as we kind of round up here and close, I just want to again reiterate to the public to get a designated driver. Have fun tonight, but also be safe. Ensure that you have somebody to drive you home, a sober driver that can take you from point A to point B safely, because we don't want to be responding to any accidents within the community. We just want to see everybody have a great and happy New Year.
Let's talk about, just really quickly, a big summarization of staying safe and the main important things to remember for tonight and into tomorrow.
Sure, and into the new year, really, as you say, we just want to inform the community for tonight, the designated driver. And as I said, lock your vehicles, don't leave any valuables in it. If you do see any suspicious behavior, make sure you give the police a call tonight or any time and let us know, and we'll come check it out for you.
Perfect. We want to make sure that you do have a safe and a very happy new year. We want to thank the RCMP for allowing us to come in today, but let's head back into the studio where we have a look at your social media trends.
All right, well, we took to Facebook and we asked you, do you follow in a New Year's resolution or not? And a few of you did say no, and some of you just said, and they don't really believe in resolutions. And that's kind of the more trend, as you were saying earlier, as we were talking about the last hour, that it's not really becoming a big thing as it was maybe a few years ago. You know, I was kind of saying to myself, I was just kind of thinking about this, you know, it doesn't have to be right on January 1st to start your resolution. It can be like over time. You know, a lot of people take that so to heart to you know, to doing it in the first month, or else they may not feel accomplished. But really, it's more like if you just set a goal for the year, it doesn't matter when you get it done, as long as it gets done.
Yeah, I think that's probably a better way to look at it. And I think the idea of setting a New Year's resolution is like a positive thing, but I think people, because like you said, like January 1st, you have to set this certain time, but it doesn't have to be that way. You can set little goals throughout the year and you can kind of just work on it as you goes. And I think that may be a more productive way of getting things done. I know for myself, if I have to set a goal and then it doesn't happen, I'm just defeated and I'm stressed out, and it's just like not the best way to handle things. So.
No, I agree. Like, cause I guess with because people are so like, they're hyped up, they're really hyped up about everything. And for myself personally, I get massive anxiety and I overthink everything as I do every day. I'm sure my colleagues can vouch for that as well as my parents. But no, I think having those smaller goals and working up and, maybe in a sense just staying positive, no matter if you get your goal done or just doing the thing, making sure you're doing something that you're passionate about, and making sure you at least make an effort to show that you want to make whether it's a big change or a small change. For sure.
My favorite thing about New Year's, and we talked about this earlier in the start of the show, the gym is like the perfect example of people who really try to take New Year's resolutions to heart. And January 1st on Tuesday, you will see the gym just packed full of people. It never fails, and then it continually kind of fades out. So it's funny, the normal gym goers usually don't go to the gym around New Year's, and they just like wait it out, and then they'll continue on their
they'll see a massive like culture change. Yeah. One of our producers, Erin Watslish, was saying earlier that I was talking about eating healthier today, and then she's like, nah, just do it. Just eat like crap today, and then tomorrow you'll start eating healthy.
There you go.
In a sense, that is true, but for me personally,
and that's when people push it off, because then it's just like, oh, I'll start later and I'll just continue later, and then it turns into a disaster. So.
And it's just one big disaster. Well, it's that time of the show right now where we take a look at your pets that you submitted to us through social media. As we take a look at some of them right now, there is Khan, submitted by Michelle.
Very cute.
Very cute. All wrapped
Christmas
up.
present.
Yeah,
for someone.
A Christmas present. Yeah, for someone. Hopefully, that's just her cat. Thank you, Michelle. This is Hendrix and Bronx, submitted by Carrie. A nice little buddy
brothers.
pair.
Yeah,
they're a buddy pair sitting on the couch. One's definitely bigger than the other.
Yeah.
They're the same color.
Super cute though.
Same color as the blanket.
Yeah, they blend in. It's perfect.
Exactly. This is Critter and Bobblehead, submitted by Katie. They're just cuddling up on the chair.
I like how the one cat has his arm around the other one.
One's the big
spoon. I wonder if that was planned.
One's the big spoon, one's the little spoon.
Yeah, exactly.
This is Penny.
So sweet.
Look at that.
I know, those big eyes. That's like the definition of puppy dog eyes right there.
Yeah, that's a New Year's goal, is just pet more doggos. Submitted by Stephanie. Thank you for that. And this is Scar, submitted by Kayla. Look at that small, cute kitten with a very big bell on her collar. Very adorable indeed. Well, if your photo was shown on the show today, you're automatically entered to win a Pet Pad gift card, which we'll be giving away at the end of the week on PTLN. So make sure you submit your photos to our social media or email at tvnews@newcap.ca.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to have them featured on Pet of the Day. Your name will be entered into a weekly draw for a gift certificate from the Pet Pad.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery and Furniture House, downtown Lloydminster.
So today is New Year's Eve, and we spoke with the RCMP a little bit about making sure we are staying safe for New Year's and heading into the new year of 2019 as well. We spoke a little bit about if you are traveling, making sure you take the right steps, like having a bag, and making sure that you do contact your local RCMP if you do find yourself in a ditch or in trouble as well. With parties as well, we spoke a little bit about making sure that we do have a designated driver, or that you do have a plan to ride home, and making sure that you do know your limits as well. We'll have a little bit more tomorrow. We won't be back tomorrow, actually, but we will be back on Wednesday, so I will see you then. But let's head back into Connor and Elise, who will wrap up the last hour of the show.
All right, thanks very much, Brett. Taking a look at your next 7 days. It's going to get warmer tomorrow. It's going to start around 5 a.m., sitting at 0 for the high tomorrow. +3 on Wednesday, though, with 30% chance of some freezing rain. +2 on Thursday, 0 on Friday, excuse me. -7 on Saturday, -8 on Sunday. And it's a little colder back heading into next week. So no -30 tomorrow morning to ring in the new year.
Yeah, there you go. Just stay warm tonight and stay safe. No drinking and driving. Take a taxi. We want everyone to be home for the start of the next year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.